find our way back home.
Good evening, Swift Current and guests. Before I say anything else, I want to thank Mr. Broughton. He has called and graciously congratulated us on our win, and I want to congratulate him on his campaign and thank him and all of his candidates for contesting this election and for making democracy better in the province of Saskatchewan, and we owe him our gratitude. He's noted that he's going to continue to watch his race there and some other races and invited us to go ahead, and so here we are to say a few words, mostly of thanks, of brief thanks to the people in this room and to the people across the province of Saskatchewan. And am I ever glad that we are again gathered in the Palliser Pavilion in Swift Current, Saskatchewan, Canada. This building it's named for Captain John Palliser, who was asked by the Crown in the mid-1800s to come and do a little bit of investigation of this corner of the world. And he looked at everything in southwest Saskatchewan, and his conclusion back to the Crown was, no one should live here. No one should farm here. And so what have we done? Well, we came here in numbers, and together with those who were here first, we built amazing communities. We built an amazing part of Canada, and then we began naming buildings after the guy that said it couldn't be done. And maybe it's fitting tonight that we would mark well that in this province you better be careful when you tell someone that something can't be done, because something got done in the province of Saskatchewan tonight. I want to, at the outset, thank the people of the province of Saskatchewan, who in great numbers went to the polling stations in their neighborhoods and in their rural communities in northern Saskatchewan, and they exercised their democratic right and they cast their ballot, and for a majority they have reposed their trust in us again. We will not take a day for granted. We will work every day to earn that support, and we want to start by thanking all the people across the province of Saskatchewan who participated in the election today. And I need to thank, I think they deserve a big round of applause. I need to thank the amazing people of Swift Current. Since 1999, I've had the unqualified honor of trying to do justice to your support and your confidence in representing you in the Legislative Assembly again. Each and every one of those days has been a dream come true, and I will work hard to earn the trust that has been placed in me by the electors of the constituency of Swift Current. Thank you for your support. Once again, I was missing in action for the campaign. Our local team did all the door knocking and all the campaigning and put up about 500 signs, the most we've ever had up. And so to Trevor Moe and his entire team, I won't name them all, thank you very, very much. Let's thank Team Swift Current for the amazing effort here. There are two members of Team Swift Current that I want to thank in particular. And their names are John and Alice Wall, my mom and dad. For me, I thank them from the bottom of my heart for their example of faith and integrity and hard work and compassion, and for their commitment to their kids, which has also been a wonderful example to my brother and I and to Tammy. They worked hard in this campaign. Mom is waiting on her third back surgery, and she is in a lot of pain, and you would never know it because she's the toughest person I know. And so, Mom and Dad, thank you very much. To the women and men who ran as Saskatchewan Party candidates across this province, and some of them frankly aren't interested in what I have to say because they're still in heated contests in their own constituency, but to each of them, I thank them for doing honor to our party, for bringing credibility to the Saskatchewan Party by letting their name stand, and I thank their amazing campaign teams, all made up of all volunteers who have worked very hard since this campaign began. To our Regina headquarters team, I want to say thank you very, very much. And I'm going to just mention a few names. And when I mention those names, they represent that whole headquarters in Regina. But I will mention Reg Downs and Joe Donlevy and Kathy Young and Terry Harris and Patrick Bundrock and all that they represent in Regina. They are the very best at what they do in all of Canada. It's not even close, ladies and gentlemen. I've acknowledged Mr. Broughton and the NDP. We want to thank all the parties who contested this election and every single candidate who ran for office and all of those who volunteered to support those candidates. It is the strength of democracy that we would gather together as we have today, and that we do that every 4 years. A great sacrifice is made that we might have that freedom, and we should take that freedom up by first having men and women who have courage who will come forward and run. And so we thank each and every candidate tonight here from Swift Current. And I want to thank my family, if I can. At the Southside Church of God, we learned an old gospel song called "Count Your Blessings," and the refrain is, "Count your blessings, name them one by one." My list of blessings is very, very long indeed. It's a humbling list of blessings. But if I were to count them, the first 5 would be Tammy, and then Megan, and now her new husband, Kyle, and Coulter, and Faith. Faith's with us tonight. She's down here providing some support to her grandparents, and the other 2, well, they're kind of all over the world, the other 3. These blessings are first and best on my list. And I just can't thank them enough for their love and for their support, especially you, Tammy. Thank you, honey. I love you. So just a few months ago, the Rogers hometown hockey tour came to the great city of Swift Current, Saskatchewan. You remember that? It was a great couple of days in our city. And I was at one particular event where the junior initiation division, that's 4- and 6-year-old hockey players, were practicing at the iPlex. And in a dressing room, unbeknownst to that team, were officials from the NHL setting up the Stanley Cup and shining the Stanley Cup and hitting it with lights. And those kids at the appropriate time after their practice were allowed to come into that room where that Stanley Cup, which was bigger than most of the players, was there, hit with these lights, shining in all of its brilliance. And one of the young players said, "Oh, did we just win that?" Even after this 3rd consecutive win, this is not our question tonight. We did not win anything tonight. We have been given an opportunity to serve the people of the province that we love. Let us do that in humility and with determination to be worthy of the opportunity that has given, with determination to keep the promises that we made in this election campaign, as we have kept the promises that we've made in previous election campaigns. We didn't make a lot of promises in this particular campaign. We said we wouldn't. We weren't going to get into an auction bidding with someone else's money, i.e. the taxpayers' money. But we did make some commitments, and let's be determined to keep those promises, those individual commitments that we made, and most importantly, let's keep the promise that we made to the people of the province, that overarching commitment to keep Saskatchewan strong. I am thinking about that promise tonight. And I am thinking about the amazing people that I was able to meet on this campaign trail. Top of mind is Emmy Barr from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Emmy has a caramel treat business. She makes all manner of caramel candies. She makes caramel apples as well. She's currently developing bacon-infused caramel. Yeah, that's the Saskatchewan advantage right there. Emmy has Williams syndrome. She has met the challenge of that disability in spades, with her creativity and with her determination to succeed. And she was at our event where we announced that we would get sort of the regulations out of the way that are holding back some people in their homes who are trying to build food businesses from their homes. But she is also a reminder of why we need to continue the progress we've made in terms of the support in this province for those with disabilities. It was our government that implemented SAID, the Saskatchewan Assured Income for the Disabled program, to replace welfare and then increase those amounts. And we have built group home spaces for people with intellectual disabilities. We will work every day as government, ladies and gentlemen, to create the kind of economy that will support government efforts in this regard, that can lift up people who are most vulnerable among us. And that's what we meant when we talked about keeping Saskatchewan strong in this election campaign. I'm thinking tonight about George Wilson. We met Mr. Wilson in Buchanan, Saskatchewan, where he was at his business, as he has been for 70 years. He was behind his desk, working there. It's a construction business. He's 92. I asked him about retirement. He said for him it's too late to retire. Much like my dad and his brothers, he started his business with a truck, and it's grown from there, and now a third generation is building that business and creating jobs for Saskatchewan families and giving back to the community. And you know what they told me? They like the growth plan that our party has offered. They like the infrastructure plan that we've offered, and creating space and freedom for that company, for that family to create jobs in Saskatchewan. That's what we mean when we talk about keeping Saskatchewan strong. I'm thinking tonight about Lila. I met Lila at Terry Dennis's campaign headquarters in Kenora, Saskatchewan. Lila's in grade 3, and she came to that event with a handwritten list of 3 questions she had for me about what leadership might mean to me, and she wanted to hear what my answers were. That was a tough scrum. Do you know what a strong Saskatchewan would mean for Lila? It means an education system that will support her efforts. It means post-secondary training or university opportunities for her, whatever she chooses. Maybe the Saskatchewan Advantage Scholarship so she can go and take those post-secondary classes that she wants and graduate, and then a graduate retention program she could stay in. Do you know what else it means? It means that Lila's mom and dad will never have to, without a choice, they will never be compelled to buy luggage as a graduation present, because Lila will have a chance to build her future right here in the province of Saskatchewan. And that's what we mean by keeping Saskatchewan strong. I'm thinking tonight about people that I didn't meet on the campaign trail, people in the province and from outside Saskatchewan who might be thinking tonight about where to make their next investment, where to create their next job or two. My message to those people through the media today is simply this. If you make that decision in Saskatchewan's favor, here's what you should expect. You can expect low taxes. You can expect royalty stability. You can expect continuity in economic policy. You can expect effective but competitive regulations. You can expect a government that's going to continue to invest in infrastructure, a government that will create the right environment for diversification and for innovation, and you can expect a government that will stand up for Saskatchewan's interest every sector of the economy, every time it's challenged. You can expect a government that is proud of oil and gas in this province. You can expect one that's proud of mining, proud of modern agriculture, proud of crop science, Dave, the likes of which that are growing amazing canola crops all across this province and feeding the world. You can expect a government that is proud of manufacturing and committed to ensuring that our innovation, our R&D sector expands as well. And you can expect, if you're thinking about investing in this province, a government that will promote what you're doing all over the world in ways that has not been done in the province's history. These are our commitments to those in Saskatchewan and from outside Saskatchewan that might want to participate in the Saskatchewan Advantage. And I'm thinking of just one other family tonight. My brother Barry's here. He's from Lethbridge, Saskatchewan. Alberta. There's Barry. His wife, Glenda, my sister-in-law Glenda, and his awesome nephew Darren could not be here, but Barry's here. And Barry and Glenda and Darren are moving back to Saskatchewan. Get this, a family from Alberta is moving back to Saskatchewan to be close to their grandkids. Oh, Saskatchewan is a different place today. We have made major changes. We have made changes for the better in this province. Not the government, but the people of Saskatchewan have decided on those changes. So let's wake up in the morning with humility and deliberation and determination, keep the promises that we made to Saskatchewan people in this election, and keep Saskatchewan strong. May God bless this province.